Okay, so we explained before about how these 14 panels here amount to a string, if you will, which is one essentially operating typically as one large panel, but we have, again, these DC optimizers that allow us a little more granularity and better performance. But what I have here is the positive lead from the most distant panel in this string, and the negative coming here, along with an equipment ground going to this weatherhead. From here, this rigid conduit houses these conductors on their way to the transition box that I'll show you now. Okay, so now we're at the center of the tracker sled, midway between both strings of modules, midway between the pontoons. And you'll see the conductors coming from each string, the east and the west string, combining together into a transition box. Along with the transition box here, we have some other devices that are instrumental in controlling the operation of the trackers throughout the day. We'll take a quick look at the interior of the transition box. Essentially, this is just the place where the wiring and cabling from each tracker is going to meet the wiring that's going to go to the solar edge inverter. This is the positive and the negative coming from the east tracker. This is the positive and negative coming from the west tracker. These are the equipment grounds. Each one of these is a terminal block that I've installed on this so-called DIN rail that's mounted to this waterproof enclosure. The electricians, when they come to do the trench, will actually put their wires here and go into conduit onto the inverter. The one thing that I did earlier was to check the voltage between the positive and negative. The nice thing about the DC optimizers is in standby mode, they put out 1 volt each. So you'll see what I did prior is doing this test, getting 14 volts, indicating 14 optimizers or 14 modules on each string. So we're ready to go here. We have the, all of this is checked out for continuity.